Hey guys, it's AngieChu, and it's time to bring back story times. So as you guys might know, before I took my hiatus through most of 2017, some of my favorite videos to bring to you guys, other than dances and cosplay and nutrition, were story times. Because I've done a lot of really interesting things in my life, and I've also thought a lot of really interesting things in my life. So before we get started on party fallacies, which are definitely going to be coming down the line, I want to take it back to when I was a naive, 5 to 6 year old little girl in church. Today we're going to talk about communion. I also want to announce that I'm so 2018 and late because I just bought my first fidget spinner. I did want to buy them when they were like $9, but this was like 99 cents on sale at the gas station, so I went on and bought it like 6 months after the craze, and it's got LEDs, so it's a super cool fidget spinner. Fidget spinners, get an LED one. But back to the topic at hand. So this story is about communion. From the ages of 12 through about 20, I did a lot of religious exploration, which is good. All adolescents should do religious exploration, but I was a part of many different religions, and we'll get into some of the crazy shenanigans that happened as a result of that later on. But today we're going to focus on my original religion. When I was born, I was baptized as Methodist Christian, and on the first Sunday of each month at my church that I would attend with my mother and my grandparents was Communion Sunday. Now, every church does something a little bit different for Communion Sunday. When I was little, I didn't really pay attention to what happened, but by the time I was about 5 or so, I had stopped sitting in the very back of the church, and I would normally sit towards the middle, kind of frontish area where I could see what was going on. And to help you guys visualize what I was seeing, up in the front there is the main pastor of the church, and then there are other clergy members who are helping him out. They're wearing white garments, and there's a big table. And under that table, what I know now, were the crackers and juice that were just covered with a cloth to be given out to the church members later. But the way it was arranged to a 5-year-old, it looked like it was a sheet covering a person, or I guess you would say a body. Now, I was raised very open-minded. My mom's been in the medical field all of her life, so while I was also watching Sesame Street and stuff, I was also watching shows like Trauma, Life in the ER, and Medical Mysteries. But my mom is also a huge crime nut, so I was also watching crime shows and unsolved mysteries and cold case files. So to me, thinking that there was a body didn't signal any red flags to me. I mean, everyone was cool with it, so why wouldn't I be? So to me, you're taught that you take the body of Christ and the blood of Christ. So to me, Christ was under this blanket. And when it was time to serve communion after, some of the sermon had gone on about the purpose of communion, the clergy members would basically block the entire table. They would all smush together like sardines and block the table with their bodies. And I would see them take off the sheet, but I couldn't see what they were doing. And when they turned back around, they all were holding these little plates that had crackers on it. So in my warped, messed up 5-year-old mind, I thought that they basically had summoned, the body of Christ on the first Sunday of each month, and they essentially cut him up. It wasn't that morbid the way I thought about it at the time, but they essentially cut him up, and since we had to share, we just got a tiny piece of Christ, which were the crackers. And these weren't normal saltines. These weren't crackers that you could just eat in random places. They were unique because they were the body of Christ. So we would have these passed out, and we would eat our little cracker wafer thing. And after that, it was time to drink the blood of Christ. Now, they had already prepared that as well, and there were these little tiny cups that had juice in it. And I always thought to myself, this tastes just like the Welch's grape juice that I drink for breakfast every morning. It's weird that Jesus' blood tastes like Welch's grape juice. Does my blood taste like Welch's grape juice too? I don't want to find out, but but it was like a legit question. And I think around the time I was like 6 or so, I asked my mother, you know, why does his blood taste like Welch's grape juice? And she just wouldn't answer me. And she was so embarrassed because every time communion would happen, I would ask questions and vocalize, you know, why isn't there blood on the crackers? Because we just got it from the body. How could they get the blood so quickly and delicately into these little cup containers for us to drink? And how do we keep summoning him over and over each week? But the easy answer is the power of Christ does everything, I guess. So I stayed with that thought. And by the time I was around like 6.5 or 7, they opened up what's called Children's Church, where instead of kids suffering through the entire 2-hour sermon each week, you would go and they had activities like coloring and stuff, but you would watch videos like Veggie Tales and everything, so you're still getting the church experience, but not the boring part of the church experience. And that was through ages 6 through 12, so 12 is when I should have gone back to regular church, but by that part I'd started my religious exploration phase and I'd actually found Wicca. I explained to my mom what it was, she was cool with it, and that's when I stopped going to church. So I never went back to have the realization like, hey, you idiot, you weren't actually eating a body each week. It wasn't until I think it was like I was around 20 or so when I visited the church with my mom one week and they had communion. It was the same setup and it dawned on me, oh my god, I used to think I was eating a dead body like once a month. Oh god, my YouTube channel is gonna get me arrested one day. Fun fact, my current job found my YouTube channel before they hired me, so I can keep posting these videos and not get in trouble. But yeah, that's the story of eating the body of Christ. That's one of my favorite stories to tell. My friends love it. My family hates it. Now you guys get to enjoy it as well. I swear, every video I have to sneeze. If you live in the Ohio Valley, you're gonna sneeze a lot. Go Louisville! Even though there's like snow all over the place out there, apparently there are still plants that are triggering my allergies. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below, letting me know if you've had a similar embarrassing church story, whether it's communion or baptism or anything else, or if you want to discuss your own religious exploration. Specifically, if you've been a Methodist, Wiccan, atheist, agnostic, Buddhist, atheist, Wiccan, Catholic, Baptist, agnostic, we can be best friends, yo. Woo. But yeah, be sure to like this video. I've got tons of other videos coming for you. For those interested in VIP Kit, thank you so much to the people who've applied so far. I will be putting out a video on passing your demo. So that first process you have to do, I will be putting out a video for that. I've also got a cosplay video with Disney princesses coming out this weekend as well. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of those videos. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!